Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Misty Mountains. Now, I imagine most of you have already got the reference, which is a Lord of the Rings reference. Technically, it's the Hobbit reference, given it's about the Misty Mountains and the dwarf sort of kind of getting back into that place. If you haven't guessed it already, we are once again back to Blobz' series from Lord of the Rings. Thankfully, this one is a 1-star difficulty rating, so it's not going to be quite the lengthy 1-hour solve that you witnessed from me previously with the Rings of Power. We're only 2 for 4 right now, so if you are interested in seeing the rest of this series, do let me know. The others are actually fairly difficult. One of them is 3-star, I'm guessing the other is 3 stars or 4 stars, so it will clearly have to be a weekend type of puzzle, but, we've got the Christmas season and Christmas break just around the corner. Feels highly appropriate to be featuring Lord of the Rings references. Anyway, let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule set with the Misty Mountains by Blobz and the following set of rules. You can see very much clearly a whole bunch of mountains. I love the fact that the intensity of the color kind of fades as they go towards the background, kind of implying that they are distant mountains in the background. Gandalf fell silent, gazing eastward from the porch to the far peaks of the Misty Mountains, at whose great roots the peril of the world had so long lain hidden. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, column, and 3 by 3 box, so nothing unusual there. And then digits on the lines form non-repeating consecutive sequence in any order or remband lines. So in essence, for example, that 1 on this, all of the rembands have digits given on them, so let's go with the 2 at least. This 2 here, for example, could be a 2, 3, 4 run. You just need to have consecutive digits. It doesn't have to be 2, 3, 4. It could be 2, 3, 1, for example, as long as it's 3 consecutive digits without any repeats. That would work. They can't be not consecutive, such as 2, 3, 5. That doesn't work anymore. Fairly straightforward set of rules, as always. If you want to play along, link will be in the description down below for you to do so. And with that said, I'm restarting the clock and see how I get on. A bunch of these immediately are forced. 9 can only have 7 and 8 consecutive on a 3-cell setup. This is either, as we've seen earlier, in fact, all of these, they're either 1, 2, 3 or they're 2, 3, 4. 3 has to be there. The one that's also forced, this is 2, 3, 4. That is not a 2. One of these is a 2. Okay, suddenly we're having to think. Just when I spotted this 9, I thought we're in for an easy time, in that a lot of it is forced, but not the case. So Sudoku says 2 is down here, which doesn't have to be on the remband, unfortunately. I could have a 2 in the middle. Right. We probably should pick some longer celled rembands. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells means it has to have 5 somewhere. And in fact, so does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 2 are 5-cell rembands. They must have a 5. 2 is in one of these 3 cells. It can't be on this 3-cell remband with the 5 because, I can't have 3 and 4 in one cell, so that won't be the 2. And then, interesting. Okay. So where is 2 in box 5? It can't be any of these cells. It can't be any of these cells. Yes. Because one of these is a 2, which case all of these would be gone. All of these are gone. So 2 is in one of 2 cells in box 5, and then one of 3 cells in box 6. This 2 is kind of where I want to focus. 2 can't be here or there because it's already on this remband. I don't have to have it on here. I mean, it's clearly not this cell. Still too many places in my opinion. It is not on, I can't imagine it's on there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, it's not on there. So maybe that's kind of what I'm after is... Where is... the rem bands not allowing certain digits to occur? Maybe that's the way to kind of approach this puzzle. Maybe. No ones. Yeah, not sure again. 6 is also down here with the 2, and clearly one of them is going to have to be in the middle because I can't have 2, 3, 6 in there. So one of them is in there. Just Sudoku. Again, it's not... I feel like either I'm missing something or the puzzle is not exactly leaping off the page for me. Right, so one of them is on here, meaning this is 2, 6. And I can't get to 6. Sleuth, come on. 3, 4, 5. That means that is the 6. The 2 is definitely on here. So this is either 2 with a 4 or 2 with a 1 as such. And in a bizarre way, yeah, there is a triple. Where there has to be a 3. We knew that anyway. And in here there has to be a 2. And then one of them is a 1 and one of them is a 4. But we don't know which is which. We do know that there's no 4s in here. So at least we know that this is not 4, 5. Which is, let's be fair, not a wealth of information. The rest of these are 5, 7, 8, 9. 5, 7, 8, 9. Fairly sure the 9 can't be on here. Yeah, because 6, 7, and 8 doesn't get me 9. So 9 is off this table. Fairly sure it's either 5, 6, 7. So there has to be a 7 between these two cells, meaning these are not 7s. Interesting. And then no 7s in here, so 7's in one of these two cells. Am I right in saying there are no 2's on this? I think yes. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is off the table. No, that is a huge win, particularly. 1 can't be on the Remban, but it can be down here. So not 1, not 2, not 3 because it's down here. It could be 4, 5, not 6, not 7, not 8. Fairly sure it could be 9, because that could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, tricky. Even with a 9, I still need 6 and 7 in here. So one of these two cells is 6. Not a big win. So I need 5 and 6 on this one. I need 6 and 7 on that one. I really don't want a corner pencil mark across boxes, but I may have to for this puzzle to kind of try and even understand what's going on here. No 1s, still too many places for it. Here is something. 3's is forcing 3 into one of these two cells, but it can't be this one, because I would end up with 1, 4, and 2, which is not going to work. So that has to be the 3, and this is the 1 or 4. Now 1 can't be here. Right, let's think about the rest of this. So I need 1, 4 for sure. A second one in here somewhere. then the challenge is we're back to another 5, 7, 8, 9, and then I need a 1, 4 pair in here. And the 1 can't be this cell, it's one of these two. It's not a lot to go on, to be fair. 1 again is not here, but we can have it down there. This box, no 1, could be 1, not 9. So what is actually this cell? It's actually fairly restricted. It's not 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Three and 4 have to be on here. 4 is none of these cells. That's the 4. 3 has to be in one of these two cells, either with a 1, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, or with a 5. And interestingly, that's the 3, 5, and this is the 1, 5 because of this 5 and this 1. That's not what I meant. 1, 3. Have we got more of these? Not really. Does mean that 4 is in one of these cells, and more importantly means that this is got to be 6, 7, because 4 is on none of these cells, this Remban. Which puts 7 up here. 4, 5, 7, and 6. No. Okay, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yes. Actually, no. 6 can't be on either of these cells. Therefore, that can't get to 7. Because that will be the 6 or 7. So that's not 7. So that puts an upper bound. Technically, I can get away with a 6. So 4, 5, 6. But I definitely need a 3 again. Now, because of these 3s, not that it matters, but 3 is in one of these. In fact, it's one of these cells. So 3, 4, 5, 6, or 6. Can I do 1, 2, 3, 4? I think I can. Not as useful. No 6. No 6, no 6, no 6. It's in one of these 3 cells. And again, these are very hard to spot. That can't be it. Because, yeah, you need a 6 on this Remban. And you can't have it here. So it's one of these 2 cells. If I put it in the corner, I can't have it on either. This is starting not to feel like a 1-star difficulty rated puzzle, by the way. I don't think I've even placed I have placed a digit. There you go. But ouch. Seven. I just wasn't paying attention. Not something you can afford on this puzzle for sure. No 1s. I can still place it in here. Can I? Yeah. I don't see a problem. And 1 and 2 in here, yeah. Okay. No 8. No, 8 is still down here. 7 is already placed there. Wow. Tricky puzzle. 9 is in one of 2 cells. Which places it in one of 2 cells in the column here. Not that that's particularly useful, to be fair. sevens are forming an X-wing, meaning that's a 7. And this is either... Can this be a 6? No. If this is a 6, neither of these could be a 6 because this is on the Remban. So that can't be the 6. This has to be the 6, and this is 5 or 9. Like some very tricky deductions. I just cannot believe the difficulty rating now of this puzzle. It's just not realistic that this is 1. Unless I'm missing like something so much more obvious, which to be fair happens. This is just not a 1-star difficulty rated puzzle. So if this is 9, actually, where is 7 in box 5? No 7s, no 7s. Can't repeat it on the Remban. That's a 7. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Not to be fair, I couldn't have placed a 3. So I have to place an 8 on here. In one of these two cells, of course. Meaning no 8 in any of these, and the 8 is down again, column like similar to the 9. But that's not an 8 because of the 7-8 pair. So that is the 8. These 9s now suddenly are interesting because it forces a 9 in one of these two cells. I can still reach a 9 on this Remban, 6, 7, Actually, can I place an 8 anywhere? The 8 can only be in here now. Not enough to force the 1 yet. 8, of course, gives me a 5-7 pair, which forces a 9 in here. Then no 8. No 8 is an 8. So the remaining digits are 4, 5, 9 on this Remban, with a 5 being a must. I'm going to place 4, 5, 9 on here. And one of these is a 5, and then the other one is a 4 or 9. These cells now are the 1, 4 pairs. So I need a 5 somewhere in here. Now this can't be a 5 because it would remove it from both options on the Remban. Sadly, this can be. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. This 1, 2, 3, 4 setup. Surely it's not as difficult as it seems. Essentially, there's another 1, 3, 4 cell between these. Or I should say another 1, 4 between these. Because it's 4, it can actually hide in here. Have we figured out anything about these? Nope, not yet. I feel like I need to move on somehow. 6 and 7 are not here. I've already thought about this, that this is the only place for a 6. 7s, none of these cells, can't be on the Remban. So it's one of these two cells. I think that's all the 7s kind of accounted for at this point. 6 is generally a lot less interesting. Just too many options. In one of two cells, I'll take it. I have to have a 6 on this rem band, don't I? Yes, I do. Not a 6, not a 6. One of these two is a 6. Which means that can't be a 6 because it would see both of them and eliminate two options. So 6s are none of these now, making it one of these three cells, which is not brilliant. This one doesn't work either because it sees both. So 6 is suddenly forced on the right-hand side. And therefore, and actually this 6-7 pair gave me a 6 in here. And that means no 6s there, including this cell. I can't believe I missed that for so long. That's a 6. That's not a 6. That's a 6. 7 and 6. Doesn't, yeah, it does something with the 5s and 7s. And then the 5 gave me a 9 in here. Wow. And then this is 3 and something, 3 and 8, which gives me a 1 here and therefore a 3 there because I needed 1. And therefore that's the 8 and that's the 3. And this is 2, 4, 9. Not a 9, not a 2. That's a 4. And then a 2, 9 pair. And this is just a known digit, a 3 apparently, which means that's not a 3. One of these is a 3. Can I tell which it is? Nope. Then I have another 1, 4 pair plus a 5. Is that all the 6s done? No, that's a 6. That means also no 6 on here. So, given there's a ceiling of 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, I have to have a 2 and a 3 on this. That's not the 3, that's the 3. And then 1, 2, 5. And there's a definite 2 and then 1 of 1 or 5. Interesting. Then the rest of this must include 8 and 9. I mean, this can't be 1, this can't be 8. So this is 5 or 9. This is ludicrous. Is that 4, 5, 9 in the column? Yes. And then one of them has to be a 4. That's not a 9. So that's 4 or 5 apparently. Can it be a 4? Yeah, 4. Guess 5 in here. 6, 7. Can I have an 8 on any of these? I can't have a 3 on any of them. So 4 on this rem band can't be in these two cells. So it'd have to be here. 4 plus 5 and 8. 4, 5, 6, 7. And this has to be an 8 for sure. And this is, I'm going to say 5 or 9. Because that could be 4, that could be 5, that could also be 5, and that could be 9, which it can't be 9, and that's 5. Can this be 9? No. 4. And this is another 5, 9. We'll figure out kind of the meaning of that in a second. That 5 eliminated a 5 from here. 7 was up there. This box has 1, 2, 7, and 9. This is not 9, but it can be 7, and it can be another 1, 2. No 5. So 5 is in one of these two cells. No 2. So essentially we have 2 and 5 gone. And this is 1, 2, 5, 9. So this is 1 or 9. Four, pay attention, sleuth. 5, 9. Could still make this 4 and 5, can't I? Not 4. 8. Just ignoring pencil marks now, aren't I? 7 and 8. It means there's an 8 in these two cells, which I can't quite force yet. For some reason. 8 is up here. And then 8 is in one of these. And then 8 is in one of these two cells. Okay. Not hugely useful. Which rem bands am I still not done on? 1, 2 pair means this is a 3, 4 pair, means that's a 1, that's 4, that's 1, that's 4, that's 1, that's 5. Finally, the 1's roughly being resolved. That means 1 X-wing, which means that's 9, that's 5, that's 9. That can't be 9 anymore. Got the same thing here about the 4, 5, 9 that I had earlier. If I can somehow resolve it. That means that's not 5. This is a 1, 2 pair. Sorry. Actually, yeah, no, it's not very useful set of 2s. Yes, it is now. 3 in here gave me 4 and 3 and 5, which forces a 9. This is 4 now. This is, I think we're basically done now. I think most of the logic of this is sort of cracked, so to speak. 1, 2, 3, 4. Famous last words. I think this has to be the 5 because the remaining digits are 5, 8, and 9, and this is not 8 or 9. That's 5. This is an 8, 9 pair that is resolved. That's 8. That's 9. That 1 gave me 2 and 1. That has to be 8. As if somehow that's surprising me. 2 and 9. That's 2 or 9. That's 9. That's 2. That's 9. This is 1. This is 2 and 7. Not resolved. But the 2's are lining up. That's not a 2. That's 1. That's 2. That's not the 1. That's the 1. And then this is something pair. 5, 7. That's the 5. That's the 7. 2, 8. That's the 8. That's the 2, which gives me the 7 and the 2. If I've not made any mistakes, that's the 3 for the finish. Now, I think it's part of a calendar from Cracking the Cryptic, which is why the solve counters are quite high. But it is, as you've seen, like only 2 days published. Fantastic puzzle. I disagree with the difficulty rating, but fantastic puzzle from Blobz. Not a surprise, really. Hope you guys enjoyed the puzzle and the video, and I'll see you back soon. Bye-bye for now.